On this week's episode of Where the Chefs Eat, we head to the Whitney. Chef Michael Anthony of Gramercy Tavern and Untitled tells us his favorite spots to eat around the country and cooks us a satisfying and seasonal cauliflower dish. We're here with Chef Mike Anthony of Gramercy Tavern and Untitled at the Whitney, which is where we are right here.
Right here.
And he's had multiple James Beard Awards. And we just have to know, like, where does this guy nosh off the clock, right? Let's start with breakfast.
Okay, cool. My favorite place to eat breakfast in New York City is Maialino. I think they have a very distinctive menu, and even if it's a restaurant that's in our own company, and several former colleagues that work and run that restaurant, I love the hearty take on an Italian American breakfast.
You're going to do kind of a little ethnic joint. You're feeling you want something international here in New York.
In New York City, I love Donji and Hanjan, which are owned by a chef named Hooni Kim. He is not only a friend and talented chef, but he's created restaurants that are ahead of their time in their casualness but high quality cooking. A lot of fun. But I also like restaurants that are at the other end of the spectrum that are just, kind of good for any occasion, even late at night, like Turntable Chicken or Banchan. I like restaurants in and around K-Town, as do, many chefs, because we get off late. And so there are fewer restaurants that are actually open and alive at that hour.
So if we're expanding beyond New York City, we're talking like favorite restaurant ever.
If we're going to other cities around the States, if we talk about Charleston, South Carolina, I love restaurants like The Ordinary, Husk, Chow Bao Biscuit. There are many, in fact, countless restaurants of high quality that are fun and exciting. We make our way through Philadelphia. I love Fork Restaurant, Osteria. Vetri is just a pillar of cooking craftsmanship, and they're very welcoming places. I think the dining scene in Chicago is alive. The Publican is always a favorite because of its approachability. And talking about breakfast, the breakfast at Dove's Luncheonette is untouchable.
I've never done it.
You should go back and check it out right away. My favorite meal ever in my life happened at Alinea, but the most recent dining experience in their restaurants was at their newest place, Royster, and I have fallen equally in love with the warmth of what they cook and serve there. In San Francisco, when I'm there, I go running to Cotonia, and we've been celebrating the recent success of Quince reaching the highest level, receiving a 3rd Michelin star, which is well deserved. And then in Los Angeles, I love the idea of actually going out for late night tacos at places like El Chato, and the cool, calm vibe that you find in restaurants there, where people are just out to taste something real and authentic. Cooking in brand new restaurants like Gwen and Maud recently, and I love the nurturing quality of the restaurants, all of the restaurants that Suzanne Goen owns, and Nancy Silverton has been a hero of ours forever. So
we just went around the country. That was so much fun. I've got my list. Everybody take your pens, and we've got lists. We got all kinds of trips right now to plan. It's gonna be so fun.
Let's go for it.
We're so excited because Chef Mike is gonna take us to do some cooking.
Today we're gonna cook a dish that is made with ingredients that are exploding from the fields right now around here where we live in the Northeast. It's called caramelized cauliflower with grapes and heirloom peppers. And the way I make this is by browning thin cross-cut pieces of cauliflower and Romanesco. I met my wife and quickly realized that although she loved to eat out, cauliflower was not on the approved list. And I think that by finding ways in which she could fall in love with cauliflower, I kind of hit on some ways in which she could find a way to fall in love with me. So this dish is a very simple take on playing up the caramelized flavors of cauliflower, pairing it with the natural sweetness of grapes in the harvest season, and then finding just the right amount of heat through a wide variety of heirloom peppers that are now being grown in our region to make for a pretty cool dish that is symbolic of the light, fresh food that we serve here at Untitled.
What wine would you pair with the cauliflower?
I would try, serving this with a skin fermented wine from Channing Daughters Winery. It's my brother and sister-in-law who run that winery on the South Fork of Long Island. You know, what grows together goes together, and in a sense it establishes both the wine and the food as kind of belonging to this place.
I can't thank you enough. It's been such an honor. Thanks.
If you haven't tried Chef Michael Anthony's James Beard award-winning dishes, head to Untitled at the Whitney. For more recipes, videos, and articles, head to wineforfood.com.